All right, let's dive a little deeper into the Jets' 24-17 win over the Titans down in Tennessee with Andrew Esden Jr., host of the Manchild Show with Boy Green. Boy Green, I know you got to be feeling great today, sir. Happy Victory Monday to you.
And there's something special about the first one, Brandon, is when you're able to get that in, it feels all the juicier and all the sweeter, and the Jets were able to punch that in. It got a little, cautious, a little nervous a little bit during that contest. Not as emphatic as I'm sure some Jet fans were hoping for, but a win's a win, baby.
A dub's a dub. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers, who had himself, I guess we can say, a decent day. 18 of 30, buck 76 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns, but the man delivered when it was crunch time. 5 for 5 on the game-winning drive. So let me get your thoughts on the offense and Rodgers' moxie in the win.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said, on the drive. And again, you look at Aaron Rodgers like a very nice vehicle, and you take a gander at it. It looks nice in short and T-shirts and, kind of going through the process during training camp and the offseason. It was just dandy. But how would it operate when things got a little bit more intense for Rodgers? And we saw it when you lift the hood. The clutch gene was in there for Aaron Rodgers. He was 5 for 5 on that final drive, and he showed that he still has plenty of gas left in that tank, and he made the moments matter. This is why the New York Jets acquired Aaron Rodgers. So in these moments where the game's tied 17-all and somebody's got to make a play, Aaron Rodgers was able to do that, and the Jets haven't had that at quarterback in a very long time.
Who would you give your offensive game ball to?
Give it to Braelon Allen, baby, the youngest player to ever score a touchdown in NFL history. I mean, that young buck, it was getting the business. He could run the ball. He could catch the ball to the backfield. And this was a guy who was one of the last picks in the 4th round in April's draft. And what a steal he already looks like. I mean, this locomotive, why the heck didn't we get this engine started in week 1 is my question. But that's perhaps neither here nor there. Thankfully, they got it rolling, and he showed some of that chutzpah.
Yep, Joe Douglas showing that he can bargain shop in the draft. What a great pickup. Braelon Allen adds a completely different dynamic to that offense. He's going to be exciting to watch throughout the course of this season, his career. I got to get your thoughts on the defense, man. They did get the huge stop at the end when they needed to seal the win. But there are some times when Will Levis and the Titans offense were putting some drives together. What's going on with the Jets defense, bro?
Yeah, you definitely saw that early on. Tony Pollard looked like Herschel Walker back there, for Pete's sake. I was like, what the hell's going on back there? Especially after how the game ended week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers. The Jets defense was slapped around, and you thought that they would show some fire, some energy at the beginning of this game, and quite frankly, it was lacking. You could question coaching. You could question players' drive, and then eventually they were able to turn over the engine and get things going. And to be honest, it's a little poetic that after getting, pistol whipped in the first game against the 49ers, that you turn around and you get this opportunity where the Tennessee, in this Tennessee Titans game, where the Jets defense closed it out. Will McDonald had that clutch sack at the end of the game, and the Jets defense, it had that bend but don't break mentality. When they were called upon the most, they delivered for this Jets team.
And that's what good defenses do. Every game is not going to be a perfect game where you're holding teams to shut out. Like we say, this is the NFL. They get paid too. But the way they close that thing out, it looks like that top 5 defense that we have been talking about all throughout the offseason. Edge rusher Jermaine Johnson, as everyone knows now, is out for the year with an Achilles injury. That's a huge blow to that pass rush. If you're Joe Douglas, do you get Haason Reddick's agent on the phone and try and work out some sort of deal? Are you okay with the guys that they have in the room?
I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if Joe Douglas wasn't already on the phone with Haason Reddick, like in the booth. As soon as we saw Jermaine Johnson, the cart comes out. It might seem a little grim to some people, like, for goodness sake, you got to think about the guy in the field. But the Jets and a general manager has to have one foot in the present, one foot in the future at all times. And, of course, that future is getting Haason Reddick in the building. You got to slap a blank check on the table, slide it across, and get Haason Reddick in here under all circumstances. Think about this. You needed Haason Reddick before Jermaine Johnson was injured. Now that he's gone, you need him more than ever. And, Haason Reddick might have been the only one smiling as things were unfolding there at the end of that game against the Tennessee Titans. The Jets need Haason Reddick. He takes this defense to another level. And if you think about some of the true stars of this Jets defense already, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, those guys haven't played up to snuff yet through the first 2 weeks of the season. So bringing in a guy like Haason Reddick to hopefully move the needle and get some of those juices flowing is absolutely paramount for this team to achieve what they want to achieve.
Yeah, he definitely has the leverage now. Yesterday's price is not today's price, but at the end of the day, a deal has to get done. Like, he has to play football at some point this year, hopefully sooner than later. All right, early thoughts on Thursday night's division matchup against the Patriots. Do they take this one?
To be honest, I thought, before the season, oh, here we go. Time to exercise some demons, baby, and smack around the New England Patriots. This roster looked like one of the worst in football before the year started, but you got to give respect where respect is due. They go into Cincinnati, they upset the Bengals. Then in week 2, they push the Seattle Seahawks all the way to overtime in their own building. This Patriots team, they're feisty. They've got a little juice. Shout out to Gerard Mayo, who first-year head coach, former player for a long time in the league. Man, he's really gotten this unit where he's making chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what. It's been pretty impressive despite the lack of talent that's on this team. It seems like, and perhaps to the dismay of Jet fans, a lot closer than they'd like, but I have the Jets winning this game and improving their record to 2-1 for the first time since 2015.
All right, tell the people they can find you, man.
Damn straight, baby. It's Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm on all the social medias at BoyGreen25, B-O-Y, Green the color 25, baby. We are live every single day doing New York Jets content on my YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/you guessed it, at BoyGreen25.
For the first time of me working at the New York Post Sports, a guest has had more energy than me. Today is a happy Victory Monday to you, man. Thanks for bringing the energy.
And hopefully not the last time, baby. We'll keep that energy going. Let's roll.